I am not encouraging or advising anyone to modify their firearms. This is for entertainment and educational purposes only. What is up, everybody? This is my CZP-01. I have ported the factory barrel. So this is a carry gun for me. I've come to the conclusion that I don't like ported barrels in my carry gun, so I wanted to also get a new barrel that's unported, which I have. I think a shipment of these must have come into the United States recently. I was able to get one through Midway. I had a product notification set up, so I jumped on it as soon as I got the email, and I picked this up for like, I don't know, 170 bucks. Pretty sick. These are hard as fuck to find. This is a Gunsmith fit barrel. Here's what the factory one looks like, locked up into the slide. This one is indeed Gunsmith fit. It does not lock up into the slide. Rough video here, just going to kind of talk you through the process as I'm going about it. I haven't done this before. This should be pretty straightforward because I have this barrel to take a bunch of measurements on to figure out what I need to do to this one. We're about 146 on that locking lug. About the same on that locking lug. 169. 169. Okay, so I think I figured this out. I don't think the chamber fit comes from, these locking lugs and this nub right here. I think it comes from these locking lugs and then this surface, and this surface. You can see that those are all raised surfaces from the rest of this rear chamber face. And those are much more prominent and tall on this new barrel. I can see trying to fit this up into the slide. It's hitting right here. I can measure this. 1107. 1107. 1100. Slightly under 1100. So it looks like on my factory barrel, the rear of the chamber is fit on this face right here, and this face and this face are lower than this one. You can see at lockup, this bottom raised area isn't touching the slide at all because that's where the gap for the extractor is. So I know now on this new barrel, all I need to do is take this down and take this down to get it to fit. And I need to take it down by about 5 thousandths on that side and maybe 5 to 6 on this side. Of course, I'm gonna do this very carefully, a little bit at a time with a nice, fine, sharp file. No, that's a stupid way to do that. Okie dokie. I should be able to get a better angle on this without it bouncing around. And when you do stuff like this, make sure your file has dead sides if you don't want to start cutting stuff down here. That's right there. I dare not go any further. That goes quick with a sharp file. Okay, let's take a look at this other side. This one won't go as quick because there's a lot more surface area that I'm filing. Since I know this is the side that determined the fit and the clearance on the factory barrel, I'm going to sneak up on this one a little bit more carefully. A little bit hard to measure there with my vice jaws in the way. Let's just see, shall we? Nope. Not quite. Let's see if my guess is correct, that this is going to be our lockup surface on the back here. Yeah, right there on that corner. So you can see it's hitting right here, not right here. So what I mean by sneaking up on it, a few file swipes and then testing it. Same spot. Still needs more. Ooh, we're getting close. I want to check it again. Make sure it's still hitting where I think it's hitting. Yes, indeed it is. Right back here. There's like 0 fore and aft play to that lockup, and actually it's kind of like stuck in there a little bit. Took a few more swipes off. It's still a little bit too tight. There's no play at all. It's got a little hitch as it unlocks. This is kind of a duty carry oriented gun. This is not maximum accuracy target pistol like Bullseye 1911 type of lockup shit here. That's what I want. It's got the smallest amount of fore and aft movement, not as much as this one, the factory barrel. Comes in and out of the lugs in the chamber area nicely. Like, I can barely even feel that. Like, that's a half probably. So that barrel's fit. I'll touch up this area with cold blue. Likely it's going to get worn off about from here to here. I'm going to touch this up with cold blue and that up with cold blue. There will be metal shavings in the chamber. That's that. Really not that hard, not that big of a deal. Once I figured out which of these surfaces of the locking lugs and the chamber hood back here were determining the fit in the slide. That was just the fitting required to get this particular barrel into my particular gun. And since on both barrels, this distance and the width of this lug were the same, I knew that once I had this chamber fit up into the slide, the relationship of these lugs with their mating feature in the slide would be the same, or very close to it, for both barrels. You may need to do more or less fitting. It seems like these are pretty clearly designed to be fit by adjusting this surface and possibly this one right here on the back of the chamber. Who knows? I don't know what kind of tolerances they're holding on these features right here. I didn't worry about vertical lockup clearances on this like I would like on a 1911 or something. This is a linkless barrel, right? So it's not like you would adjust the link length to get the kind of vertical lug engagement that you want. And I also fit this barrel as this one was fit. That means that there was a little bit of clearance between the chamber area and the slide and this hood right here, and it was allowed to just go all the way up until it stopped against the bottom side of the slide. I ended up getting a tight lockup. There's no vertical play at all. Maybe if this were, accuracy focused or target focused, like a Shadow 2 type of pistol, you would pay a little bit more attention to the relationship of this pin and the cam track and the vertical engagement of the lugs up into the slide. Of course, I'll take this to the range and make sure it functions normally with a few different types of ammo and make sure my dot's still on. I hope that was interesting or informative or helpful in some way. I don't know that I've necessarily seen a video of someone fitting a new barrel to a CZ75 pattern pistol. Then again, I haven't really gone looking for one. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.